what I want you to do is I want you to take a moment by yourself and I want you to fill in the 6 trig identities. And I want you to go down here and I want you to draw your 30-60 triangle and 45-45.
Wait, is that like Sally Craig count Oscar and always?
Yep. And your sides, you're labeling your sides. So the first thing, hopefully you guys did, is sign. We have, Sally could tell Oscar had a hat on always. Remember that your secant is the reciprocal of your sign, so that's your hypotenuse over adjacent. Your secant is, it's your reciprocal hypotenuse over opposite. Hypotenuse over opposite. What did I say? Oh. Your secant is your hypotenuse over adjacent. And cotangent is adjacent over opposite. So your reciprocal, you are flipping these things right there. When you are doing the exact values, you are just leaving them in fraction form. So when you do these ones, you're leaving them in fraction form. All right? We'll skip those for right now. You'll have time to work on them or ask me questions later. Remember, your 30-60 triangle. Across from your 30 is your 1. Below it is your square root of 3, hypotenuse of 2. Your 45-45 is 1, 1, square root of 2. It's memorization that you have to have. If you need to, draw your triangle at home and keep practicing that. You need to memorize these triangles. When you are doing that, when you're doing the sine, so when you have the opposite over your hypotenuse, so sine of 30, opposite over hypotenuse, you would go 1/2. So you'll fill in this chart with your exact triangles. All right? So I want you to take a moment and try to fill in this chart right here because we need this chart to kind of go on to review on things. So I want you to fill in your chart. 60 is right here. So opposite is here, adjacent's there, hypotenuse is there. Opposite from 60 is straight across. Okay, check your answers, ladies and gentlemen, because we will need this on the next. We're going to go through a couple of things.
You have to
So,
put the over 1.
no, this should just be the square root of 3, but I just left the 1. This is square root of 3 is the answer. If you have square root of 3 would be the, that's what I would probably should be.
That's good to 3 over 3.
On this one?
Yeah.
Nope, because 60, yep, because 60, tan of 60, 60 is opposite, are you looking?
Yeah.
Opposite square root of 3 over adjacent of 1. So it's square root of 3 over 1. I think you did adjacent over opposite. All right. Anybody not have this or need it still up here? Okay. So now when you are doing, whoops, those guys have the answers. Sorry. When you are doing these ones right here, it says when you are finding exact values on number 5, when you are finding the exact values, you have to, it says that C is 5, so this is 5, and we're finding A. So we have adjacent, or we're looking for adjacent, and we have hypotenuse. So what uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Cosine. So I'm going to write cosine of 60 is equal to adjacent, which is A, over hypotenuse of 5. What is cosine of 60? You have to look at your chart. What is cosine of 60?
Square root of 3 over 2.
Cosine of 60 is 1/2. Did you check your answers?
Yeah, never mind.
Did you have 1/2? Okay. So it's 1/2 equals a over 5. Then you could cross multiply. You sure could. So 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times a is 2a. Divide by my 2. What is cosine of 60? Look at your chart down there. 1/2. So a is 5 over 2.
Wait, could you do what we were doing yesterday and like
Multiply. You would multiply both sides by 2.
yeah, but like before you figured out, like do you have to figure out what cosine of 60 is? Or
This is to do exact values. The ladies and gentlemen, listen to this question. It's a very good question. Do I have to use my chart to get 1/2? And the answer is yes, because when you are using, especially when you're using the square root of 3 and these, you're looking for exact values, so you have to use this chart to do exact values. You can't, when it says exact values, it means don't use your calculator. Okay? So
wait, what? So we got A.
that's all you need to do. All right. I'm going to leave you to do 6 because 7 is more challenging. And we're going to do 7 together, which 7 will be a lot like 6. Okay, first of all, CSC of theta is 2. What is the reciprocal of secant?
Cosine.
What is it? Sine is right. So if sine of theta is the reciprocal, if secant is 2, sine is 1/2 is right. It's reciprocal.
The reciprocal is opposite.
Oh, we're on number 7.
Flipping it. This, what is this? 2?
Would it be negative?
Nope. No, it's reciprocal. Reciprocal means flipping the signs, not negative.
I thought reciprocal means
Nope.
the opposite.
Look at. Look at. Nope. O over H,
okay.
H over O. Opposite. All right. Looking at our chart, this is the easiest way to do these ones, ladies and gentlemen. Sine of 1/2. Where is sine 1/2? What degrees? A 30-degree triangle. See that? Sine is 1/2 at 30 degrees. So that means that my theta is 30. This one is the square root of 3. This is 1, that's 2. That's the easiest way to do it.
Do you put 30 on the bottom?
You could have put 30 up here, but then square root of 3 would have went there. Yep. As long as the lengths are in the right spot, it wouldn't matter. Yep. All right. Now we fill out our thing. So sine of theta is, we already said, was 1/2 because it's opposite over hypotenuse. What is cosine? Cosine is
3 over 2.
square root of 3 over 2.
Wait, I want to answer one.
Okay. You answer tangent,
Opposite
which is
1,
over
3,
square root of 3.
square root of 3.
Uh-huh. Then what?
Get the square root by 3, so yeah. Square root of 3 over 3.
That's right.
I got the next one to be
Okay.
total square root of 3.
So
2 square root of 3 over
2 over, yep, 2 over square root of 3 because you have to reciprocate, yep. Then what?
Then
So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by square root of 3, right? So 2 times square root of 3 is 2 square roots of 3 over 3.
ow, my hands are sore. Makes me
Now, cotangent, ladies and gentlemen, is the reciprocal of this. If I were you, I would come back to here and do the reciprocal of the, before we did the rationalized. What is the answer to cotangent? Square root of 3. If you do this one, then you just have to rationalize it and it's going to come back. Okay, time out. Time out. What is cotangent? Cotangent is a reciprocal of tangent, right? Cotangent is the reciprocal of this, right? Okay. I went back to the original before we did that and just took the reciprocal of here. 1 over square root of 3, Pythagorean. So it would be the square root of 3. Now, if you wanted to, you could do this and take the reciprocal, but then you'd have to reduce. And you have to do the rationalization and reducing. Because if you took the reciprocal of this, we'd have 3 over square root of 3. Have to multiply top and bottom by that. And then go from there. But it's easier if you go all the way back. All right. Exact value again is how I did number 5. So I'm going to leave you with 8. Flipping your paper over, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do a couple of each section so it kind of reminds you. I'm going to do one of each section. Number 9. Exact value. Yes, you have to do the circle thing. So you're finding 210. So 180 is there, 210 is here. Number 9.
That'd be a 30, 60, 90.
So what angle is this right there, though?
That'd be 30.
It's your 30 because 180 to this point, 210 to that, subtract them, you get 30. If this is a 30, that means that this is a square root of 3. Across from there is 1 and 2. Any of these negative?
Yeah. The y. Yeah.
And the x. Yep. It says sine. What is sine? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So I have a negative 1 over 2. So negative 1/2 is my answer for 9. I would, if I were you, I would do 10 here and 11 there. I would do them right there. You'd have plenty of room to do it that way. Is how I would do them. Those of you that were gone on Friday, here's your rundown on this. We're gonna do 2 of these problems. First one is tan 49 degrees 51 minutes 30 inches or 30 seconds. Yeah, minutes. That's 50 minutes 30 seconds because it's minutes minutes degrees minutes seconds. I'm like cannot. Yeah, degrees minutes seconds is what we are. Yeah, I might not have. I'm learning this part with you guys because I never taught that part. I never did it either. So you're going to learn right with me. So we have tan of 49. It's still the same thing. Tan. On these calculators, you have to hit second angle. What kind of calculator do you have? Yeah, you have this calculator, right, Nick? You have this one? So it's under your angle, just so you know. So you have tan of 49 degrees, 50 minutes. So we go second angle for your minutes. And 30, and if you have this kind of calculator, remember that your inches, or I keep saying inches because it looks like inches, but your seconds are right there. So it's alpha second. And we put enter. So your answer is 1.18. Are you in degrees? All right.
Yeah, how do you?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, eyes and ears. I'll be right there. Eyes and ears. Nope. Your calculator doesn't have a secant button, right? So what you have to do, remember, is find the reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal? You put, this is like this over 1, so you're going to put 1 over, and now what is the reciprocal of secant?
Oh, I know this.
Cosine. So you go cosine 21 degrees 15 minutes. So put that into your calculator, and you'll get, and then I'll come back and help you, 1 divided by what part don't you understand?
scenario I'm taking it.
Oh, do you get 1.9? Actually, it says to the 4 degrees, so this should be 5, 1.
This should be 5-1. I got 1.07. Me too.
Yeah, this is 1,
Oh, I got that.
1.073. No, he asked on this one. Kelsey, he just wanted to know why I didn't round on that one. So I put more down. All right, so I'll come around now. You guys try the next one. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is one thing that you have to look at. Secant of theta. If I want to look for theta, how can I solve for theta from yesterday? I have to do the opposite, the inverse. Do our calculators have a secant inverse? No, but it has a sine inverse and a cosine inverse, right? What is the reciprocal of secant? So cosine of theta would equal. Make sure you're watching this because you're going to ask me how to do this and you're not going to know how to do it. So secant of theta we need to change to cosine. So what is cosine of theta? If secant of theta is 1 over 3.549. Then we can take the inverse, cos inverse. I'm thinking about your well-being.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'm thinking about mine too.
Okay. You're moving, you mean?
No, I know. You said yeah, okay.
I mean, because I knew you were moving.
Oh my.
He's not leaving. So you should have got 74 degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, try to do number 19. I want you guys to think about what's the reciprocal. How do you set that up?
Actually, I got it first. Actually, you're the one that has nothing on your paper.
What you checked out about? I know.
All right. Said procrastinator. Okay. What is the reciprocal of secant, ladies and gentlemen?
That's sine.
Sine. So we're going to have sine of theta is equal to what? 1 over 1.924. How can I find theta? The sine inverse. So in your calculators, you're going to go sine inverse of 1 over 1.924.
Should we have a quiz on this stuff tomorrow?
Yep, this is what we've been doing. Yep. Yep. So you're going to go sine inverse. So you're going to go sine inverse on your calculator. Of 1 divided by your 1.924. Whoops. It's 31. The number 20 is -7. Yep. All right. Huh?
Did we down that?
The one I'm just doing?
We do 21.
No, like you're supposed to save your.
Or actually, if you want to
enjoy it.
I will go back to the ones I just did so you have one to try. The reciprocal of secant is cosine. So the reciprocal of this is 1 over 3.549. It's 1 over that. That's reciprocal is to flip it. To find an angle, boys, stop talking. To find a theta, what you have to do is take the inverse of both sides. So you're taking the inverse of this to find theta. And that's what you're putting in your calculator. All right. 21.
Bring it down.
Yep. 21. You're finding theta to the nearest degree. So now this is the stuff that we've been doing. We are finding theta. So we have our opposite and we have our adjacent. So what do we have? What can we use? So we have tan of theta is equal to opposite, which is 3, over adjacent is 10. How do I find theta?
We do the inverse tangent.
Inverse tangent. So tan inverse of 3 over 10. It says nearest degree. Is it 17? I don't know if I even have the answer. You all agree it's 17?
Yeah,
I'll leave you with 22 to try, because I won't have time to do all of them. So find x. What can we use for finding our x now? We have adjacent and we have hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse. What would that be? Cosine. So cosine of 43 is equal to adjacent of 10 over hypotenuse of x. How do I solve for x? You are not. You're talking about your pen.
Purple gel pen. I found it.
Wait, what's that opposite adjacent?
What do we have from this angle, Lincoln? From this angle, what is this is adjacent. This is my hypotenuse. So we have adjacent and hypotenuse would be cosine.
how do you find the
It is, but it's sometimes hard to see which is the longest side. Yes. Hannah.
I have all the work down.
Yeah, but you're not paying attention.
Miss B smash.
Just keep going. Just keep going. I'll pay attention.
So you're going to go multiply both sides by x.
Obviously you don't understand.
We have x cosine 43 is equal to 10. To solve for x, I divide by cosine of 43. So x is 14.6. Oh, 13. So 7. Yeah, I was trying to round up in my head. Sorry. Took me a second. All right.
Wait, what?
Oh.
I think the time is just going so slow.
Well, that's good because that means we're getting a lot done.
I need to go fast. Quiz today. Are still ready for that?
You ready for it?
All right. All right.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Go. Yep. All right. I'm going to leave you guys for 24, 25, 26, jumping to 27. 27, we have two-story problems here. We have angle of elevation from the ground to the flagpole. Angle of elevation is right here, what's created at the bottom. It says that's 42 degrees. It's 15 feet from the base of the flagpole, and it wants you to find the height of the flagpole. So it wants you to find that right there. So we have opposite and we have adjacent. What is opposite and adjacent? Tangent. So we have tangent of 42 is equal to opposite of x over adjacent. How can I get x by itself?
Times by 15.
Times by 15. So in your calculator, you're going to go 15 tan of 42 is equal to x. So x is 13.5. All right.